when he faced the Washington Redskins in the NFC wildcard game. Some highlights, and he joins us now on the Right to a Guest line here on Fox Sports 910. He's also with Fox, and nice enough to join us here on a Monday. How we doing there, James? What's going on?
Fellas, what's going on?
I got to ask you, Manuch, had a cup of coffee in the NFL, so we don't have any highlights of him. So when you go onto a radio show and you hear some highlights, I mean, do you like that? I mean, is that cool to hear highlights, back in the day, so to speak?
Yeah, man, it's always good. It's always good to reminisce, man, and know that you was all right, man, and you made a couple plays. You know what I mean? That's how. And it helps me be able to raise my kids because they be like, Daddy, I'm better than you. And I'm just like, man, you ain't never caught a pass in the NFL. You ain't better than me. So it's always good to, relive your press clippings for a little bit.
I guess they don't have the preseason highlights anywhere of me playing there, James. I guess the only problem I have.
Hey, we believe you, though, man. Forget what everybody else say. We believe you, man. We believe you was a stud, brother.
James Jones here on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix. A lot of talk this offseason about the running back position, and I'm just curious, do you think the running backs should just stop complaining and stop bitching and just, deal with what's going to come, or do you think they have a right to complain?
I think every last running back should hold out.
Wow.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, we always talk about you need a running game to win the Super Bowl. We don't care who your quarterback is. You know what I'm saying? When we won the Super Bowl, James Starks came out of the blue running the ball extremely well and was able to have us to be really, really balanced in the playoffs, right? We needed James Starks. Right, when we went 15-1, we had Eddie Lacy, who was just a monster back there as the running back. You had to play us different, right? You have to play the Tennessee Titans a certain way because of King Henry, right? Ryan Tannehill knows I'm getting this coverage or that coverage because of King Henry. The same thing in Cleveland. Deshaun Watson knows, hey, you got to stop Nick Chubb, and we are going to be able to get these looks. So for me, you need these running backs to win championships, but we don't want to pay them, from the production that they're putting on the football field, which is absolutely crazy because we pay in every other position, including kickers.
And James, and that's the one thing we talked about a little bit earlier is you look at a lot of this misnomer about running backs by committee, or you got a different running back for catching, you got one running from here and there. My question to you is, do you think from the ownership's perspective, now, when you do pay the big money, a running back may not last the next year, or only be a couple of years. When you go way back to Sean Alexander, look at Ezekiel Elliott, or some of the running backs that have fizzled after the big money. Do you think that scares owners nowadays because of that?
Well, it scares them too because running back is arguably the most physical position in the game. Their bodies get wore down a lot faster than any other position because it's not a play that goes on that they are not banging. You're not getting you are blocking, protecting the quarterback from getting hit. So it is nonstop that you're taking a beating. So for me, I just would like to see the running backs get paid for shorter time, 3-year contracts. 2-year contracts, whatever that may be, you know what I'm saying? And if they're still playing at a high level, here goes another 2-year contract, 3-year contract, but at least you're going to still be able to get what you are worth. I'm not with giving a running back like the Dallas Cowboys did Ezekiel Elliott 6 years, whatever that may be. You know what I'm saying? But for a guy like Saquon Barkley, I will give you 3 years and the guaranteed money you are asking for. You know what I'm saying? To keep you on this football team because you are the best player on our football team and you make everybody on this offense better.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying? So,
James, what do you say though if the running back like Nick Chubb or Henry or Barkley says, no, 3 years is not enough. I want a longer term deal. I want 5 years. So now then you're back to the drawing board.
You're not back to the drawing board because I've been in contract negotiations for what is the guarantees talking about. Okay. If you are guaranteeing me the right money within 3 years, then yes, I will take the money. And not only that, I never met anybody that does not want a short-term deal for a lot of money. Because in 3 years, I will have the opportunity to be back up at the drawing board if I'm still playing at a high level. You know what I'm saying? And I will be able to get another 2-year contract, to be able to make some money. I just think we need to shorten down the contracts, the years of the running back, because as we know, running backs do take a beating. Injuries can happen. So the years of it, I will take that out, and I will make sure that I guarantee them some money. Because even just look at it from the running back standpoint, as we sit here and talk about it, we know that they take the biggest beating. Mm-hmm. So they need to be the main position saying, give me my guaranteed money, because I don't know if I'm making it out of training camp.
So, James, the franchise tag was originally designed to kind of let the teams hang on to a quarterback for more than 4 years, right? And then the NFL and the NFLPA couldn't possibly negotiate, a deal with collective bargaining, all this stuff. They couldn't figure it out. Would you be open to them creating a franchise tag rule that kind of lumps in running backs and receivers and tight ends into like one category, and you can play off of that 2 years that you're talking about, 3 years?
You know what we should do with the franchise tag? We should grab it, put it in the garbage, and get it out of our game. The franchise tag does not help the players. All the franchise tag does is help the organization and the owners. It does not help the players. Could you imagine if the Giants could not tag Saquon Barkley and they were in a position to either pay him or just let him walk? I guarantee you a deal probably would have got done. You know what I'm saying? But them already knowing with the franchise tag he cannot go nowhere, you know what I mean? So we're not in a rush to get you a contract, But, hey, at the end of the day, it's our fault as players because we signed the CBA deal.
Right.
But, that was why I know that was one of the couple things we were fighting for before we had signed it, to get that franchise tag out. So, whenever the new CBA comes up again, we need to really sit down just as players and be like, this is one thing that has to go because it does not benefit us. I don't care if it's $50 million for the quarterback, $30 million. Like, it's no stability, right? You could get hurt and then you'll never see a long-term contract because you played on the franchise tag. Le'Veon Bell would still be with the Pittsburgh Steelers, probably playing at an all-pro level right now if it wasn't for the franchise tag. So it's just it hurts the players, man, and the best thing for it, is to get it out of the game.
It's kind of like the old adage, you'll have cake and enjoy it, right? You eat